Hey there! If you're looking for a fun and easy way to earn rewards, including cash and prizes, check out the link in the video description.
Infectious disease expert Anthony Fauci is facing questions from the Select Committee on the Coronavirus Pandemic on Monday, marking his first congressional testimony as a non-government official since stepping down in 2022. Dr. Fauci led the U.S.'s response to the COVID-19 pandemic, a role that earned him both praise and scrutiny alike. He is expected to face grilling from congressional Republicans over the origins of the virus as well as transparency around government agency communications and records. The former head of the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases, NIAID, is sitting for his first congressional testimony in almost 2 years. The GOP-led subcommittee has requested access to Dr. Fauci's personal email and phone records after obtaining information, which, they say, calls into question whether he may have attempted to conceal some records. Dr. Fauci is appearing voluntarily on Monday. He has said that he has nothing to hide. The divide between the Democrats' and Republicans' approach to the hearing is striking. One Democrat called this effort a waste of time while Republicans have pressed Fauci about conspiracies that have cropped up about the origins of COVID, including the lab leak theory and Fauci's alleged cover-up. Democratic Representative Jamie Raskin has slammed Republicans for bowing to convicted felon Donald Trump after he told Americans to inject bleach to cure COVID-19 at the height of the pandemic. Dr. Anthony Fauci was called to testify before the House Select Subcommittee on the Coronavirus Pandemic's hearing on Monday, as House Republicans have sought to scrutinize his role as one of the chief faces of the federal government's response to the pandemic. Republicans have also baselessly floated the idea that the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases funded so-called gain-of-function research that led to the spread of COVID-19. Raskin instantly defended Dr. Fauci from accusations that he had orchestrated the proliferation of COVID-19 while also attacking former President Trump and Republicans who bended to his will. Raskin said that the hearing was meant to divert attention from the Trump administration's failures to save lives and compared it to the failure of the Oversight Committee to find wrongdoing by President Joe Biden during its bungled impeachment inquiry. The investigation of Dr. Fauci shows he is an honorable public servant who has devoted his entire career to the public health and the public interest, and he is not a comic book supervillain, he said. Eric Garcia has the full story. Democratic Rep. Garcia immediately apologized for Ms. Greene's comments. "You are an American hero," he added. GOP Rep. Marjorie Taylor Greene began her fiery testimony by holding up posters with dogs being tested on. She called experiments on animals were disgusting and evil and accused Fauci of signing off on these alleged experiments on dogs. "What do dogs have to do with anything we are here for today?" Fauci asked. Greene then asked him a question ending him as Mr. Fauci. She added, "You're not Dr. You're Mr. Fauci in these few minutes." She then called for his license to be revoked and that he should be in prison. Chair Wenstrup enforced rules of decorum after Greene's outburst. She then took issue with the notion that GOP members worship Trump, but was interrupted by Chair Wenstrup yelling, "Gentlelady will suspend." The GOP has repeatedly pressed Fauci about the 6-foot distance recommendation imposed during the COVID-19 pandemic. Earlier on Monday, Fauci explained that the 6-foot rule came from the CDC. Rep. Joyce asked, "What was your relationship with the CDC when you saw a regulation that was not based in the current science?" Fauci clarified that there wasn't a clinical trial that concluded that 6 feet was more effective than 3 or 10 feet. The congressman asked, "This 6-foot rule crippled businesses. It allowed children to stay at home and not learn. Did you not feel an obligation for something that just sort of appeared?" "It was a CDC decision," Fauci said. Joyce asked whether he publicly challenged the CDC. Fauci said it's not appropriate to publicly challenge the CDC. Democratic Rep. Deborah Ross asked Dr. Fauci about the vaccine, one of the most contested aspects of the pandemic response. Fauci said the difference is profound in th.